So this video I'll be discussing if Stolitz and Blitz are really worth the hype or if they're just doomed to fail, like if they won't work out as a couple. And then once I'm done talking about their relationship, I will start discussing about what I think will happen in the upcoming Helva Boss episode, The Full Moon, and my predictions for it. And I'd like to remind you that Stolitz and Blitz were never a couple, and they aren't currently. Blitz in the show, especially in Harvest Moon Festival, has made it clear that they are not in a relationship. They aren't. And Stolitz is the one who wants the relationship to work out, and he has feelings for Blitz, but Blitz supposedly does not. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that despite all of the flaws in their relationship, could they eventually work it out where they both decide to put effort into it instead of it just being this endless cycle? But another part of Stolitz I'd like to discuss is how the fans hype up this ship. They really want it to happen, even though the two of them never have any signs of having chemistry. I mean, the thing is, the only time we really see them getting along was when they were children. But I don't know. It just seems really weird for there to be like a flashback of them really getting along, and it's all really cute. It's all wholesome Disney Channel. But then after they meet again, they just decide to fuck. I mean, there were times when I was very fond of that episode because I thought it was really cute. Something I really love about Stolitz is the fact that he never really gives up on love. Even though he was married to a terrible woman named Stella for 17 years, he's now deciding to, get divorced because he can't take it anymore. But he's not going to give up on love because he wants to find love and he wants to find a way to be happy. And I'm also going to be discussing and asking this question that every single Helva Boss fan has asked themselves before. Will Stolitz and Blitz work out as a couple? I think maybe. I think if they talked some stuff out, if they made it work, if they tried out on some stuff, like if you want Stolitz and Blitz to work out, you gotta make sure that they have an honest talk, and that they're able to work things out together, and that both partners are putting in the effort of it, where Stolitz is not putting in all the effort. I think what I want to happen is the transaction ends, and Blitz gets an Osmodian crystal. I'd also like to point out that there's another good reason for Stolitz and Blitz to be in a relationship, and that includes Octavia and Luna being stepsisters. I really wish I could see more of Octavia and Luna, because I love the way they got along in the episode Seeing Stars, and I wish we could see more of them hanging out together and just, being happy, because I think if Blitz and Stolitz ever become a thing, I think the next best thing would be Luna being there for Octavia, being an older sister. I'd also like to mention something that has always confused me. Does Blitz actually care for Stolitz? There's a great example of him caring, such as in Season 2, Episode 4, where he's devastated as Stolitz is in the hospital, and even texts him hoping he will recover. There's also examples of him not caring, including Season 1, Episode 7, where he dismisses Stolitz during their conversation at Ozzy's. That what's worse is that he brought Stolitz along just so he could get into that club and spy on Moxie and Millie on their anniversary. It's obvious that Blitz clearly doesn't care for Stolitz in that episode, and it's represented in an interesting way. But why is it confusing? Sure, Blitz might have changed his mind about Stolitz after their falling out in Season 1, Episode 7 because of the text messages shown on Stolitz's phone at the end of Season 2, Episode 4, but to me the confusion strikes again when it comes to this one line that Blitz says in Season 2, Episode 6.
And then he'll call me and try and see how my day was, and he'll pretend to care about me and comment on my photos and laugh at my jokes.
Blitz was trying to make a point that Stolitz doesn't care about him. There are probably two reasons why Blitz thinks that, though. The first reason is probably because he's too afraid to admit that he likes or at least cares about him because he also cares what others think. Or he's just too oblivious to think that Stolitz has feelings for him. They both seem possible, but I really hope this question gets answered at some point in the show, because if Blitz does care, then their relationship will have a bigger chance of actually succeeding. This part of the video is going to be me discussing what I think might happen in the full moon, and I know that when the episode comes out, my predictions will be completely wrong. But still, I just like to talk about it anyway. So, I'd say just to set things straight, the transaction ends, and Stolitz gives Blitz the Osmodian crystal. They're both at Stolitz's place. And then they both decide to sit down together. And then they start to have a talk. And first it starts out as they're just staring at each other awkwardly. Stolitz is smiling in a loving way, and Blitz is a little confused by it. Stolitz starts out the conversation, and then Blitz kind of just stays silent for a bit. I think that in the end of the episode, yeah, they will become a thing. That's just what seems like something that will happen. And then they decide to, after their talk, they decide to go out on a date together. In all honesty, in this episode, I couldn't actually imagine there being a song anywhere. I don't know where they'd put the song. I know this episode is going to be a big deal for both characters, and I am excited for it. I just hope it's something that entertains me. How I imagine the episode beginning is that Blitz gets a call from Stolitz, and he actually doesn't know that Stolitz is now out of the hospital. He quickly drives over to Stolitz's house, and basically the episode, just goes from where I was explaining it. So, yeah, I think that's just what my predictions are for the full moon. Let me know your predictions below or whatever, and thank you for watching this video. Yeah, this video was a little longer than I would expect it to be, but okay. Yeah, see you later. Bye.